On tonight's Fayette Prep Rally, the basketball season has come to an end, but we're not done yet. We'll look back at the girls' season and recap the ladies' teams from around the area. And we'll spotlight some amazing individual performances and give you our picks for the All FPR Team. FPR is your home for Fayette High School basketball action, and it starts in just 30 seconds.
I'm failing. No big deal.
What about college?
Face it, I'm not getting into college.
Fighting doesn't work.
We can't let him keep failing.
Maybe he'll outgrow it.
It's not just a phase. You saw his report card.
Ignoring it doesn't work.
Ma, I said I'd do better. Saying it and doing it are two different things.
Punishment doesn't work. What does work is a Huntington Learning Center. By improving basic skills, we build motivation and confidence, and kids look forward to learning. Call 1-800-CAN-LEARN today. Your child can learn.
Comcast presents your source for Fayette County High School sports. This is Fayette Prep Rally.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Fayette Prep Rally, your weekly high school sports program featuring the very best Fayette County high school action. I'm Chase Watson, joined by Nathan Shutter year-round on Comcast Channel 25. Catch us here weeknights at 6, 8, and 10. And Nathan, we didn't have a state champion in girls basketball, but it was still a pretty good year for the local teams.
No doubt Fayette County kind of spoiled us last year winning that 4A state championship game, but still a great season. Had a couple of region champions, had a team make a historic run in the regular season. Just an all-around great year of basketball here in Fayette County. No state championship, but hey, still fun to watch.
We had a whole lot of fun. Time now to take a look back at the 2011-2012 girls basketball season, and we start in 4A with the Fayette County Lady Tigers.
Another solid year for the Lady Tigers, 25-6 overall, 11-1 in region. Of course, they also won the 2011 Region 3 championship. They lost to Jonesboro 47-46 in the state quarterfinals. That was at Fort Valley State. Just a tough game, so close. They had won 18 straight and were unbeaten in 2012 before that loss. They'll be graduating 6 seniors: Lana Kennedy, Nunn, Duggar, Jordan, Forrest, and McGill.
And how about McIntosh?
Another great year for the Lady Chiefs, 21-8 overall, 10-2 in region. They finished third at the region tournament. They lost to Forest Park 35-34 in the first round. They lost to them in the Sweet 16 a year ago by a total of 3 points. So some very close games against a very good squad. One of the many highlights is beating Fayette County for the first time in a long time this past year.
And Stars Mill had a pretty good year.
Yeah, an unbelievable year for Stars Mill, winning 20 games, 9-3 in the region. They did not make the state playoffs. They lost to Woodland 45-26 in the region tournament. But they had a combined 20 wins over the past 3 seasons and then won 20 this year. So a great start for the Stars Mill program. 3 seniors graduate off this team.
And what about Whitewater?
Maybe a little bit of a down year over at Whitewater, 11-14 overall, 4-8 in the region. They did not make the state playoffs either. They lost to Jones County 28-23 in the region tournament. They're graduating 5 seniors that played a ton of minutes this past season: Roth, Chambers, Kiangozi, Shimmer, and Karavitas. But they have a young player they did not have in the region tournament that will have a big impact next year.
Now, what do you think? How do you think region realignment is going to affect these 4 teams?
Well, it's going to be interesting because the state of Georgia is going to 6 classifications next year. So you have McIntosh, Stars Mill, and Whitewater all moving up to 5A. So they will be in a region together. And then Fayette County and Sandy Creek are going to be in a region together in Quad A. So that should be pretty exciting there. I think McIntosh, Whitewater, and Stars Mill all have a chance to do very good in their sub-region. Northgate is one of the teams that's going to be in there. They're not a great team. Creekside, they combined with Northgate for just 11 wins last year. So I think one of the Fayette teams definitely has a chance to compete in that region. Forest Park is in the region as well, so that'll make it a little more difficult. But I think it'll be fun having Fayette and Sandy Creek in the same region in Quad A next year as well.
Yeah, it's always nice to mix things up.
A little rivalry.
Let's take a look back at the rest of the girls' basketball teams here in Fayette County, and we begin with the Lady Patriots of Sandy Creek.
Good year for Sandy Creek, going 20-10 overall, 15-1 in the region. They, of course, won the 2011 Region 4 title, getting that 1 seed in the state tournament. Unfortunately, they lost to Monroe 39-35 in the Sweet 16. Coach Cedric King's first year as head coach, a great success, I would say. A very young team. We'll lose Ariel Parker, but a lot of good players coming back next year.
And the ladies from Our Lady of Mercy.
Tough year over at OLM, 8-12 overall. 7-6 in the region, though. They did not make the state playoffs. They lost for Strong Rock Christian in the region quarterfinals. Improvement over last season, though, when they only won 4 games. A winning record in the region this year. That's a big step. They only graduate 2 seniors. One of them is China Terrell. She's not going to be easy to replace, though.
And a tough year for Landmark Christian.
Yeah, 9-11 overall, 5-6 in region, did not make the state playoffs. They lost to Padilla 58-18 in the region quarterfinals. They had won 4 straight before that loss, including a region win over Whitfield Academy. They will lose 3 seniors, but have a couple of very talented youngsters that should be able to step in next year and fill a lot of holes and maybe, make a little playoff run, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see. How do you see the Lady Patriots matching up against Fayette County in region play next year?
It'll be a lot of fun. I like the rivalry. I've kind of missed Sandy Creek not being in a region with other Fayette teams the past couple of years, so it will be nice. They're going to be in the same region. It's only an 8-team region, so half the teams are going to make the playoffs in basketball, which is nice. Carrollton and Troup County will be the other really good teams, I think, in that region, but I think it's a 4-team race for the playoffs when it comes to basketball in that region. I really like all 4 of those teams to be the teams to advance, and Sandy Creek returning a lot of players. Fayette's going to have to replace a lot of players as usual, though, and they do a pretty good job of replacing those with some big-time players. So should be a lot of fun. I like Sandy Creek. We'll just have to wait and see until next year.
It's going to be a good time. We have taken a look back at the teams, so now it's time to recognize some standout individual performers on our All FPR first team, and we start with Anissa Watson from Fayette County.
Just a very versatile player for the Lady Tigers, a deadly shooter who plays out on the wing. She can take it inside. She can shoot it from the three-point land. She's only a junior, so she'll be a big part of their team next year, in my opinion. A very good defensive player. I think her role will be much bigger next year as well, and that's a good thing because she can score the ball, and I think she'll have a lot more points per game next year.
And then there's Gabby Seiler from McIntosh.
Team leader in points, assists, and steals. Over 1,300 career points, and she's only a junior. She was on the all-region team, 16.5 points per game, 3.8 assists per game. She shot 40% from the field, 80% from the free throw line. That's what you want from your big-time player. She's committed to play at Georgia for soccer. Very good soccer player as well.
Also joining the team, Ariel Parker from Sandy Creek.
The senior, she's been around for a long time over at Sandy Creek, running the show at point guard. She had 13 points per game this year and 4.9 steals per game. That's something that gets overlooked a lot with Ariel Parker, in my opinion. She has the ability to dish the ball and score when she needs to, but it's her defensive presence that makes her really important to the Sandy Creek Lady Patriots.
And we chose Katie Wilson from Stars Mill.
Another young player, only a sophomore this year. She was freshman of the year last year, and she continued to have a great season as a sophomore. No slump for her. 10 points per game, led the team. Also 3 assists per game and 2 steals per game. She's going to be one of the key members for the next couple of years for Stars Mill, and they're going to rely on her heavily if they hope to make a run in their new region next year.
And the last member of the first team, Lana Kennedy of Fayette County.
Yeah, another senior forward at Fayette County. She's been around for a couple years. A very athletic, long, at 6 feet tall, has the ability to go inside, but it can also knock down the 15-footer. A very good defender. She's a matchup nightmare on both ends of the floor. She's very tough to defend, but she also is a very good defender because of that length and athleticism.
Now there's only 2 seniors on the All FPR first team. Which one's going to be tougher to replace?
Well, Lana Kennedy, she's a special athlete, so she's very difficult to replace for Fayette County, but they have so many talented players over there. I think I have to go with Ariel Parker. She's just been running that show for the past couple years at the point guard, and I think it's one of the most important positions on the floor, especially at the high school level, so it's going to be very difficult to replace her senior leadership, and then defensively, like I stated earlier, she's very important on the defensive end. It's not going to be easy to replace that.
Yeah, she really was the heart and soul of that Sandy Creek squad.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, let's hand out some more honors to some very deserving players on our second team, All FPR, and we begin with Fayette County's Keondra Jenkins.
Yeah, she's their point guard over there, and she's been playing since her freshman year. She has the ability to shoot the rock, but is great at being a floor general and getting her teammates involved in the flow of the game. Very smart player, good defender, only a junior, so she'll be back next year as a senior leader. She's already receiving some early interest from South Carolina, Stetson, and Clemson. She's going to be one of the keys, along with Anissa Watson, to kind of rebuild the losses from Fayette County.
And Jada Coggins of Whitewater.
Yeah, she's not a true point guard. She's more of a wing guard, but she has the ability to handle the ball, and she can definitely shoot it. Also a good rebounder, especially for the guard position. Injured before the region tournament, and they really struggled without her on offense against Jones County. Only a freshman, which makes it all that more impressive. She averaged 15 points per game and 7 rebounds per game.
And the big center from Fayette County, Shaquilla Nunn.
Yeah, at 6'3", the center did a great job filling in for Elam Ibiam, who they graduated off last year's state championship team. She's committed to play at Winthrop University. She's a 3-star prospect by ESPN. She didn't have a huge offensive role, I didn't think, this year, but they didn't rely on her a lot. It was the defensive game, the shot blocking, the paint that really made her stand out from the rest.
Also on our team, China Terrell from Our Lady of Mercy.
Yeah, one of the few seniors on Our Lady of Mercy. She led the team in scoring at 16 points per game. Also had a couple of games where she went over the 30-point mark. Really carried them offensively at times this season. She is committed to Spring Hill College, where she'll be playing college ball next year. It's located in Alabama. They will definitely be missing her.
And the final member of the second team, Diamond Smith of Landmark Christian.
Another youngster, she led the team in scoring with 174 points, also led the team in steals with 58, and was the third leading rebounder on the team as a point guard with 91. She was named to the All-Region team, and she's the only player to start every game this season for the Lady War Eagles. Only a freshman. A lot of good basketball still left in her future. It'll be fun to watch her over the next couple of years.
A lot of underclassmen on both of these teams we selected. Which one's the most vital to their team's success moving forward?
Well, it's hard to ignore Keonta Jenkins, obviously a very integral part to the Fayette County Lady Tigers over the past couple years. The starting point guard is always important. A couple of freshmen that definitely led their team this year, but in my opinion, it has to be Gabby Seiler. She makes McIntosh go. I don't think if she's not on their team, I don't even think they make the state playoffs. So their number one scorer, kind of their floor general as well, not a traditional point guard, but she definitely makes that team go. She would be the hardest to replace. They're going to enjoy her senior year.
With all this young talent, we got a lot of good years of Fayette County girls basketball coming up for
Most
us.
definitely.
All right, well, that'll do it for this week. Catch us back here on Comcast Channel 25 next week for game highlights and features. And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to see what's happening on the show. For Nathan Shutter, I'm Chase Watson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you under the lights.
Grab some wood there, bub.
I'm failing. No big deal.
What about college?
Face it, I'm not getting into college.
Fighting doesn't work.
We can't let him keep failing.
Maybe he'll outgrow it.
It's not just a phase. You saw his report card.
Ignoring it doesn't work.
Ma, I said I'd do better. Saying it and doing it are two different things.
Punishment doesn't work. What does work is a Huntington Learning Center. By improving basic skills, we build motivation and confidence, and kids look forward to learning. Call 1-800-CAN-LEARN today. Your child can learn.